I'm done.
You're not wearing a bra anymore?
That's done.
That's
I'm happy for you. Mine aren't perky enough for that.
If you wear a tight enough shirt, it just holds it up for you.
This is podcast. You guys have been Hi, I'm Caleb.
I'm Haley.
And I'm having coffee with my ex.
ex.
These two people, Allison's here today. Allison and Haley have been talking for an hour and a half before this
We
podcast.
miss each other. We haven't seen each other in a month.
But you have to save it because now what are we going to do? Sit here? You've gone over all the topics.
That's not true.
It is.
It kind of is. That's hilarious.
We can talk about it again. We didn't fully.
I just got a mouthful of stevia. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
I'm saying we can cover everything again. Don't worry.
Okay, well.
Okay, well, first and foremost, I'm done wearing bras. Cheers to that.
What does that entail for your daily life?
Just
How
not
does that change
doing
it?
it.
I'm just not doing it.
What about running? You have to.
No. Obviously, like sports bras, and like I will wear bras if like I need to. But like if I feel like like this is a full like backless situation. Normally, I would like freak out and be like, "No, I have to wear a bra. I have to." But you know what? I am not going to be chained to this bra for the rest of my life. If it does not look good with the shirt, I'm done stressing about it. Like I literally would be like, I have to like. Because I bought this like backless thing, I have to like buy one of those like sticky bras.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
not
I
doing
wasn't fully on that train already. Because normally in daily life, I wear bras that, what are they anyway? It's just a piece of...
It's just a cloth to cover like your nipples.
Yeah, so I'm not like wearing actual bras. Like maybe 5% of
The time. Same.
year.
So
The year.
what do bras do besides like cover up your nipple?
They hold up your boobs and like create like a rounder shape.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's more aesthetic.
It's just like really, it just like for some shirts it will make you look better, and sometimes it makes it look worse. And I feel like everyone is so like accustomed to like wearing a bra that we don't realize like you don't have to wear a bra with every shirt.
Yeah, because when you're little, it's like a rite of passage as like you're growing up. So you're like, I can't wait
It's
to be able
tied
to
to
wear a
your
bra.
womanhood.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. People
Which
are
is
so
so
uncomfortable with girls who
stupid.
don't wear bras.
Yeah.
Because it literally, they're like, oh my God, like that's the real shape of a boob. No way.
Yeah.
I was when I was in Florida, I was with I won't even say who, but I was with men, and we came across a woman who didn't have a bra on. And after we got done talking to her, the guys were like, yeah, like she didn't have a bra on. The other guy's like, yeah, I noticed.
People realize.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah. No, guys like literally
in
look
their
straight
defense,
at your
in their
tits.
defense, I was looking straight at them too because it was a wife beater, and they were very erect, and so it was really hard not to notice.
See, like in that case, like I would like wear a bra, but like that's her.
That was her
decision.
journey.
That was her journey.
I've recently stopped wearing underwear.
That's
Not all the time.
different. That's just like hygiene.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I heard a lot of
I
girls
feel like
don't
you
like
have
to
a
wear
problem
underwear.
with underwear, right?
Well, my underwear, I have really huge balls,
I wasn't gonna say it. But...
and so my balls tear holes into my underwear.
I've seen your underwear because we lived together. You guys know
It looks
this.
like there were like little rats that like ate their way out.
So
Like
weird.
moths. Like
I've never heard of that happening with other people.
Yeah. I have to get really supportive underwear these days.
So you're just not.
Oh, no,
Or
I
you
am
just
now
ran
because
out.
when I wear pants like these with giant holes in them, I have no other choice. Otherwise, you would see them.
And these are cute. I like this. You're like.
Haley just told me to get rid of them.
Oh.
Recently, Haley came over and she told me that my entire closet is trash
no,
and that I
I
should
still
burn
dressed
it.
you in a cute outfit.
You said, I swear to you, I had
Just when you had
100.
your photo shoot. Or
Yeah. I had 100 pieces of clothing, and she goes, all I can find is this one tank top and these jeans that I hate. Just tuck it in. Just put a belt on it. It's the only thing I like is the belt.
I just don't we just have completely different styles.
She
I think
said,
it might be time for your style to evolve, though, because I feel like you've pretty much had the same.
whoa. Okay.
I think it has evolved to a
No,
point.
he literally dresses the same he did. Like it's just
Well, you don't wear like Aeropostale polos
right. That
anymore.
is true. Good for you. Good for you.
I'm feeling really
Snaps for Caleb.
You said you're just like a basics guy, and if you're gonna be that, then you should just like have better basics and maybe something to throw on it. And I said, okay.
But then is there anything wrong with that?
But then I have statement pieces like my giant, like a rainbow jacket. And like my gold.
That is like a rain jacket.
It's just any of my statement pieces.
It's a rain jacket from H&M.
All my statement pieces for you are too loud, and everything else is too soft. I'm never enough for you.
Yeah, it doesn't mesh. Like it's just you gotta. We just gotta help. We're gonna help you.
You are the fashion. You're the fashion patriarchy, is what you are.
No, I want to change. Like I want to go shopping with you for like formal wear because I really want you. Yeah, but you are still stuck in your blazer and. Like,
do they make things for guys other than blazers?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no.
I did just get like
That's why every time Harry Styles is on the red carpet, I send it to him and I'm like, you have to wear high-waisted pants.
I just feel
I
kept telling him high-waisted pants. Yes. I just don't think that that's his journey. I think it's Cameron's journey. I think Cameron would look great in high-waisted.
My body type doesn't allow for high-waisted because I'm a refrigerator.
That's
I was just telling Haley this.
If you had a cinched waist and you had like a cool
the way that the way that the pants like kind of come out make it look like you have a waist.
Yeah.
I'm open to it. The other day I had a tab open because Cameron said you can. We work with ASOS, so he said I can get anything I want from ASOS, and I was picking things out and I couldn't do it because I
I agree. Also, can we time out because I follow a lot of British like vloggers, and all of them say ASOS, and the first
they also
time
say
that
like
we had this conversation,
like what do they say like Adidas.
Dan says that, and Dan just said ASOS when I was on the phone with him.
So like, no, you're not right.
Is it a British brand or is it an American brand?
It's a UK brand.
It's a UK brand. So they were like, right. Someone said that sloshed was a Brit term. They're like so proud of me for like using it, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm so honored, and I said it with an OU, and I was like, just for you, like I love how you guys like always put the OU and everything, and they're like, actually no, like that's how it's like spelled. You guys just like took it out.
On and on.
When you left,
I was like, oh.
We left and we took the U with us.
Speaking of, I'm really proud of you guys for watching Hamilton and loving it.
Oh my gosh!
I forgot we haven't
talked about it on here.
No, I've talked about it.
Oh, okay.
But at the time, Caleb hadn't watched it. We watched it that night. And since then, I've seen it like a million times. Mm-hmm. So
I'm actually sad, guys, because I wanted... Well, I know you were going to go with Ramsey. But, like, I wanted your first, which it's still not happening yet.
Yeah.
But, like, I would love to take Haley. It doesn't have to be your first. But I would love to take Haley to, like, Broadway in New York.
It's like a thing. Everyone's like wanting... Like, everyone wants to take me my first Broadway because they know it's going to be amazing.
We all just have to go together then. Like, Ramsey and I will just...
Right.
The three of us, not you.
Not you.
That's fine. I've been to Broadway.
But like, I went to Hamilton in Chicago. I won the lottery. Well, Reagan won the lottery. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this or if you don't live here, but for Hamilton, on stage, like they had a lottery system because there was so many people trying to get tickets. And so you would enter on your email like every day, and then like 6 hours, 7 hours before the shows, they draw it and send you an email, and then like you get a $10 second row ticket to Hamilton.
That's crazy.
So Reagan and I both entered, and she was not having it that day. She was like, I'm trying to paint my bathroom, like I need to pull this wallpaper down.
Oh my
I do not have time for this. But I was like, no, I manifested it. I was like, if we're like going to
you better watch yourself with those drinks, buddy.
Mm-hmm. If we are going to enter, like, I feel like we're going to win. I was like, so just prepare yourself for this. And so the time came around to check, and I checked my email, and it was like, sorry, you didn't win. And I was like, oh, so sad. And she was just silent. And she goes, Allison? We won. And I was like, what? Chicago's 3 hours from where we live. And so we literally had like 15 minutes. We packed an overnight bag to stay with our friends, and we booked it.
Love that.
Up to Chicago, and got in just enough time to like drop our stuff off.
Yeah.
And our friends took us to the theater, and we sat in the second row. I literally cried.
Oh yeah.
consistently from the moment the first note happened until the end of Wait For It, which is my favorite song.
Oh my gosh. Well, Satisfied's my favorite. Wait For It's my second favorite.
Ooh. What's the song what's the song where I was sobbing? I think you were crying.
The second
too,
act is sad, so like you cry always.
Yeah. You were crying when she was singing Burn, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you were crying when
That Will Be Enough.
Yeah, when they're like sitting next to each other, like holding hands.
Dear Theodosia? Oh no.
No, not that. Were you crying for Dear Theodosia?
I only cried one time.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
You didn't cry in the whole second act. It's so sad.
No, the second act when the big thing happened.
When after Philip dies.
Okay.
That's when you cried.
Yeah. Okay, spoiler alert, it's been out for like
Okay,
4 years.
that's like history too. Like just look it up.
Yeah,
I could feel the like spit on like not Wait For It, but the one in the second.
Jonathan Groff.
I could feel the spit on Jonathan Groff.
Well, of Burr when he's singing. Oh, the room where it happens. It's like the big dance number, and he ends like at the front of the stage or downstage. Literally, like there, I could feel spit, and I was like, I don't care.
Wait,
I'm so.
I didn't even see that.
What cast was that? Were any of the original in there?
No, it was the Chicago, where they were still so good. But yeah, I mean, I love.
Gosh, that was the best show I've ever. If I would have seen that in person.
Oh my gosh!
I cannot
I'm happy that I got to see it on I love like the cinematic aspect of it. Like you can really see like their acting.
Haley also again is blind.
You need to be in the second row or else you're not seeing.
I literally watched Hamilton for the first time on my iPad. I watched TV on my iPad so I can like bring it close.
I want you to know that we have a 65-inch TV with about 8 feet between the couch and the TV, and Haley has to stand up and go up next to the TV when we're watching it or playing video games.
I stand right up to it.
And again, guys, she won't get contacts. She refuses.
I wear my glasses.
But do you?
I do when I'm watching TV.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, I can't see, so.
Just the minute I need glasses is when it's over for me. My dad also is scared of contacts.
That's scary.
So weird. I don't get it.
I'm scared.
What are you scared about? Let's talk about this.
I don't like to put my finger in my eye. I'm scared that it's going to get caught in my eye and go behind my eye.
Stop it. Oh my God.
It literally can't. It literally will come forward. Even if it gets...
Your reaction just scared me even more.
That's just like improbable. That's not,
it's not possible.
Impossible.
That was a musical you just did.
It's improbable. No, I had contacts for a costume, and I got them from like a random like Chinese eBay store, and
that's
that is
scarier
dangerous.
than like just your eye doctor.
I cannot believe I put that in my eye.
I've been watching a lot of people get LASIK recently, and I want that, but I'm scared.
Philip DeFranco got LASIK.
Philip DeFranco. Let's talk about Philip DeFranco.
I woke up this morning to you talking about Philip DeFranco.
Him.
I'm so happy.
That's
that
like
you
the
love
only thing that you've ever done for me is introduce me to him.
Okay.
That's the only thing you've ever done for me in my entire
I give
life.
you your career.
He did not. He did not. Cameron did.
Yeah.
Give you your career.
Philip DeFranco. That's all. That's it. That's the tweet.
He's my favorite YouTuber. He's the only person that I can watch, and he's telling me things that make me anxious, but it's like, okay, because he's doing it. Right. And I know that he means well, and he doesn't want to hurt me.
Right.
He has to.
God, I love him. What are the topics today?
Well, we haven't touched on one.
Oh.
But it's been good. This has been conversational. We haven't needed it.
Oh, there you go. You thought that we
had nothing to talk about.
Well, now we're at a point where the conversation is stalled.
Your iPad.
So, what was on the topic today? I thought it would. I just did a podcast recently. We were just talking about like body positivity in the fitness industry, and it was an interesting conversation to see how different people felt that the fitness industry could do better as a whole. Mm-hmm. And I want to know, like, what is your guys' opinion on how you perceive the industry and how they represent like diversity? And do you think they're doing a good job, or like what could they do better, or like how do you personally feel still being in like traditional fitness spaces?
I still feel like we are like, as the fitness marshal, are very much still like look like outsiders.
Yeah.
In the industry, because every time like I follow a new like fitness person, or like I'm recommended a fitness person, or like there's like a new trend, and like Chloe Ting or like whoever, like, which I love Chloe Ting, like don't get me wrong, but it's just like everyone has like a certain body type. Everyone's like a certain type of fitness. Like it's just very cut and dry type of industry in my mind. Like I don't see very many people who look like me. I don't see very many people who look like you or Allison at all. And we're all three together.
Yeah. Well, I listened to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
She's our biggest fan.
No, I thought it was really good, and I thought what she had to say was really good, because it's hard for me, because before I was really a part of this, I didn't think about it. And when you do look back, like, it's like really fit people telling everyone else like how to look like them.
Yeah, that's all
and
it
acting
is.
like it's attainable.
Right.
And it's just like not even like skinny people or like thin people can't always get a six-pack. Like it's your literal genetic makeup.
Yeah.
And even because I've known people in the functional fitness world that like are so insanely fit, and they don't have a six-pack because they're just like the way their ab muscles are made.
Yeah.
They can't, it's just like not gonna happen for them, and they're literally lifting hundreds of pounds
And like throwing it on the ground.
yeah, like it's nothing, and doing like handstand push-ups and like all these crazy like things with their body that is really cool, but like they also don't have like that body that is the typical like fitness
Like
instructor.
gym rat like type of.
Yeah. And even when we've been at those big conventions for fitness, like I think like those companies that have been around for decades are just so set in their ways of like, this is our brand, this is how we made it, and they're afraid to change
Yeah.
what their like mission is, or what their
Or how they
brand.
represent their brand.
yeah, like it's so scary to them.
Well, because
be-
the product is they're selling is a perfect body.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why that's what I think is getting lost in a lot of like the fitness world, is like everyone is trying to sell something, and they're only trying to sell like a look and
Yeah.
not like a feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you need to sell like the feeling of like being physically active, not fit.
yeah.
That's
Well,
like
it's-
not my goal,
yeah.
I don't think. Well, I mean,
you-
obviously, like I want to look good, like I want to feel good, like feel good, look good. Like I get it, but it's just like when your entire brand is wrapped up in like 6 skinny white girls who have abs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really representative of what the world looks like.
Right.
Because even sorry, like
Oh, I just noticed that when she was talking about how not everyone, she was like, I know how I can look a certain way. Like I know how to lose weight. If I wanted to, I'd have to eat basically nothing and work out all the time because of the way my body is. And that's the other thing. It's like everyone, sure, there's science that goes into it, and it's like calories in, calories out. But for everybody, that looks different, and everyone loses weight differently. So your entire quality of life would have to be dedicated to this one thing.
Oh yeah, and we talk about all the time with like famous people who literally dedicate like all of their time, energy, resources, money into looking that way.
yeah.
But some people cannot try hard and look that way.
Right.
And those are also the people preaching, all you have to do is just eat
Right.
this and work out this way. And it's like, okay, but you
Right.
also
That's
were
your
built for
whole-
that.
So
life,
okay,
yeah.
so I saw this TikTok of this girl, and she was skinny. She like had like kind of like nice abs, like just like normal looking, like not like crazy fit, but like just like normal, not like a 6-pack, but like she was so skinny. She's like looked good, whatever, good. And she was like she's like, this is what I do, like no, and then she like started like doing push-ups, and she was like, just kidding, I actually just look like this, and I don't know why.
I've seen
I had
her.
like Cheetos for breakfast.
Yeah. I've seen her. She's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like some people are just actually built that way.
Yeah.
Good for them, good on them. But like I think it's cool when people are like, actually no, like I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm just built this way. And that's how life works sometimes.
I was
Most of
watching,
the time.
so like there's a few things. So one, I think this was like a year ago maybe, like when Lizzo was kind of blowing up. I went back, because this is what I do, side note, when I love someone, like I go down a whole rabbit hole. I've done that with Lizzo, I've done that with Billie Eilish, I did that with BTS, like still in that. But like I watch I absorb every piece of content of them that's out in the world. So I was watching a interview of her, and she was talking about how, like, at one point in time when she was, like, homeless and she didn't have much, she was, like, really a lot thinner than she is now. And she was like, you know, I fit a better mold of, like, what, you know, you guys think of what a body should look like that's in the music industry. And one of the interviewers was like, so, like, what happened? Like, why didn't you...
I could afford money to eat.
Yeah, like, why didn't you, like, keep that up if you've, like,
Starving?
been there before? And she was, like, obviously offended because what the hell? And two, she was just like, because I literally didn't have money to eat and I was living out of my car. Like,
Right.
what are you talking about? Why didn't I just stay
Starving.
skinny? Like,
Starving. By skinny, we mean starving.
Yeah, it was crazy. And that was, like, a big moment of mine where I was just like, what? Like, people really believe that it's just, like, that easy for people. Like, and I did one of those genetic testing of, like, how your body does, like, your macronutrients or whatever, and, like, how you break down everything. And yeah, like, what it told me, it was just like, yeah, you need to do, like it told me, like, my type of exercise that I should do, like, involves, like, heavy lifting and stuff like that, which is, like, what I like to do. So that was, like, cool to hear. But it's like, you have to, whatever amount of it that it told me I had to burn was, like, so crazy. And it's just like, yeah, I know, like, if I want to get to be 130 pounds, which is the recommended weight for my height, and
You just have to, like...
Which is I hate that, like, recommended weight for your height. The fuck are you talking about?
yeah, like, I would have to do so much extra on top of, like, what my, like, basal metabolic rate is, what I already just burned during the day. Like, I have to do so much more on top of that. And it's like, I literally, right now, because I don't live out here and I'm not, like, immersed in this life 24/7, all I do is get up, go to work, like, let my dog out, feed her, go to the gym for 2 hours, come home, and go to bed. Like, that's
Can
my
you imagine?
normal
And people do
day.
that. I'm like, shit.
I think about...
that is more dedication than what we do.
I mean, that's our job.
And it's like, what more can I do? Like, I
Right.
already don't
No,
do
we talk about this all the
anything
time.
else.
Like, I can't imagine doing more.
Yeah.
If I had to go to work from 9 to 5, you would not catch me in the gym.
It's
You
the
would not-
hardest thing, like, to go to work for 8 hours and then come home and go to the gym.
Yeah, like, a normal day, I'm not, like, out, like, hanging out with, obviously not now because of the, like, pandemic, but also, like, a normal, like, Monday through at least Thursday, like, I don't go do things after work because, like, I have
went
to
to the
plan
gym.
to go to a class at the gym.
Yeah.
And then I'm there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, lifting a lot and doing a lot of cardio. Like, the other day, we were literally running, holding, like, 20-pound balls
Ew.
on our shoulder. We were running 400 meters.
What are they doing?
And, like, and then coming in and doing, like, other stuff. And then it was, like, however many rounds, like 8 rounds of, like, running with a 20-pound weight ball.
No, we are not in boot camp.
And even that
We are
is
not training for a war.
But what I'm saying, even that, I am doing that, and I'm still not 130 pounds. And I've been doing that for, like, at least 2 years.
Like, imagine Allison, like, with a sack of potatoes over her shoulder, just, like, running as fast as she can.
It's a lot. It's a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I get where you're coming from.
What more can I do?
Right. No,
and it's just like,
I get
you
it.
have to stop doing that for other people.
Right. It's just like, what makes you feel good? It's like we have to stop wrapping physical fitness up in other people and their expectations.
Yeah.
But it's the hardest thing to do. It's way easier said than done.
For sure.
Because dear God.
I feel like with eating and exercise, there's also a balance with like your fitness goal and then your mental, like your body goal and your mental goal. And you have to balance those, because when you do a lot and like get your body right here, a lot of times your mental health will go down.
Suffering.
So you have to find what your like happiness level is.
I just posted it today on my Instagram talking about how, because I was inspired because Ashley, the girl that we just collabed with.
Oh yeah.
She posted about like food freedom, like not being so wrapped up in like locking your brain in this prison because of like food. Like, oh, I had this today, so I need to work out like extra hard, or like I didn't work out today, so like I can't eat, like things like that. Like my body doesn't deserve food if it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? Which is not true. Just like things like that, which I think is so important, because it is the same. Like your physical fitness is just as important as your mental health, and you wouldn't like be walking around and doing whatever if you have the flu.
Right.
So like if your like mental health is suffering, like why are you just walking around pretending like everything's okay? Like you have to like you have to get better in both.
Yeah.
I do think that like for me, I go through a lot of I think I like put this on my Twitter like maybe a couple weeks ago. I was like, even like the people that you think like give you like a lot of joy, or the people that you think are like the people that this goes along with you too, like because you're always the happy person and like you're helping everyone else, like you obviously go through seasons that are bad for yourself. Like I'm an extroverted, like I'm usually the friend too that's like giving other people advice and stuff like that. Like I go through bad seasons just as much, and like you still have to check on those people. And I for sure, like what you said, like the balance, like it's so hard for me sometimes to be in this space and feel like I'm supposed to like be the role model for people to look up to, when sometimes I'm going through really bad mental seasons too, and I like have those disordered thoughts just like that, like of I didn't eat well today, like
let me like think about that for the next 2 weeks.
And we're all just trying to do what we can.
We're trying to like be happy while we're like taking care of ourselves. God forbid, like not everyone wants to run 3 miles a day.
Absolutely not. I tried that at the beginning of quarantine when the gyms were closed.
And like that's what I love, but you know what I don't love is CrossFit. Functional, yes. So like that's the amazing thing about fitness though, is that like there is so many different ways to like be motivated and be happy like while moving your body.
And there's just like not a reason to tell people, because I see in our comments sometimes, or I see in other people's comments, like, why are you uplifting this person, this fat person, or this whatever the phrase they're gonna say is, like, why are you uplifting them when it's literally like killing them, or like it's literally like science shows that like they have more fat around their organs, so that is therefore
so like they're like
unhealthy.
Dying.
Yeah, and it's just like, one, why do you feel the need to say that?
Yeah, like, but shut up.
Like, it's not a helpful thing for people to have to hear those things when they're like I went to my doctor like before I lost like a chunk of weight from like the Me Too era to now.
Me Too era. We love that.
Before that happened, like I had gone to my doctor and I was like, I don't understand what the issue is, because I literally play sport. Like I still was like,
you've always been very athletic.
Yeah, like I've always been doing stuff. Like I was still dancing. I was doing choreography places. I was like playing softball once a week with like a co-ed like adult league, and I was still like working out. And I was like, I literally know people who do not one thing.
Right, and they like literally have like oblique like muscles.
Yeah. And even then, like that doctor didn't say this stuff to me. They weren't like, you know what, like we'll check your organs and we'll make sure like your heart's good or whatever, but like keep doing what you're doing. Like it was still, even with a doctor, it was like, well, like just gotta keep
do more.
Yeah, like we just gotta find a way to lose it, and it's just like
helpful. Super helpful.
Did they so they didn't do any like body analysis, be like, this is the food you need? Like
I did testing, and I did like, they did find like signs of like PCOS, which does aid in not being able to lose weight, which is like cysts in your ovaries, and it's like hormonal thing. So like that aids in people not being able to lose weight a lot of the time, and it comes with other complications, obviously. And they did find signs of that, and I was put on a medication for that, and it literally made me feel so horrible every day. And it was like, you can be on this medication, if you lose weight, it'll probably like help that stuff go away and like be better. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just try to lose weight because I don't feel good on this medication. And that was, I mean, I do think that losing weight did help, because since that time I have lost weight. But it's just like, it's just, even doctors like aren't really talking about like, wow, like you do that much physical activity in a week,
and like
they're not equipping you with anything. It's just like, okay, well, go do better.
You still need to be 130 pounds because you're 5'4". That's the ideal weight. Like, go chase that. Yeah. And it's just like, I literally, even at my smallest, where like I can pinpoint like that's the smallest I've ever been, I was still not 130 pounds. Right. So
do you feel
what do you want from me?
Do you feel pressure after, since like you did lose weight from Me Too to now, do you feel pressure like being on YouTube to maintain that? Or
it's the dumbest question you've
ever
asked.
Like what, but like but I think people that like comment probably don't.
I get it. No, I get it.
Well, that is also what you were talking about with Haley too, in the other spectrum of it, like where she was frail back in the beginning because like she didn't have enough money or whatever, and I am the other side of like, I was bigger when Me Too came out, and people watch Me Too still, and then they watch a recent video and they're like, wow, you lost so much weight, you look great. Yeah, I get that constantly.
It like, ew, like just shut up.
And because now we're going through a pandemic, and my body went through changes because I wasn't good in my mental health from the end of last year to the start of the pandemic. And I really like was coming out of it at that time, and I was really excited to like get back into like,
and then moving. Boom.
Yeah, like moving the way that I wanted to move, and like feeling like I was just mentally more prepared to like take on like the things that I had been neglecting of myself. And then like it helped. Boom. So like I have, my body has changed since the end of last year, and luckily, I mean, I don't look at a lot of comments after a certain time period after we post a video, because it just like becomes toxic after the first like certain,
like you're just here to talk shit, like you're not here because you like us.
So like since then I've learned to not like look as much, because that is all I see. It's either like, wow, like she's lost so much weight, great, or it's like, wait, you lost weight, but now you don't look like you've lost that much weight. And so like it is not good for me mentally. It's obviously a lot of pressure, because that's all like the casual viewer of us that maybe just comes every once in a while, or they've just got recommended a video, they don't know what they're looking like, it can be hurtful because they're not hearing us have these conversations. Like maybe their intentions aren't bad, to say like, wow, you look so great, but if they're just a casual viewer or they just got recommended this video, like they're not hearing us have these conversations, and they don't know how we feel about our bodies. Like there are people who are the same size as me or bigger who celebrate their body in amazing ways, and they're like posting pictures with their bikinis, and they look amazing, because literally I'm looking in the camera right now. Anybody can wear a bikini. Just because I don't wear a bikini because I'm not like,
that's just like not your journey.
And I'm not, I will say I'm not confident enough to wear a journey, and that's fine for me to say, but like there are people who are for sure the same size as me or bigger than me that are celebrating their bodies, and that's so amazing. But like, just because some people are doing that doesn't mean
like that's like what everyone should be doing.
That like someone can comment on it, or the other way. Like if I'm not doing it, like don't say like, I got a comment one time that was like, I'm so sick of seeing her wear that jacket in videos, and I was like, okay, well this jacket makes me feel confident, which I ripped it last time I was here. I'm very upset about that, so I can't wear it. But like, yeah, just either way, just like don't say anything.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because I feel like most of the comments about Allison and I are about our weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's also crazy because, so do positive comments also negatively affect you? Because like you were saying, when people are like, oh my God, you look so great.
For me personally, they don't negatively affect me. Like it does make me, if it's not a backhanded comment, it's not like, it's like cutting me down.
Or if it's like, oh, you look great, you lost weight.
I'm aware of how it's negative to some people now, so I overanalyze it now. Before I would have been like, oh, someone thinks I look cute. Mm-hmm. I love that. So for me, it's not as a negative impact, but there are people that it is a complete, that's their first thought is, oh, you think I look good because you think I looked bad before.
Yeah.
So like, everyone obviously interprets it differently. For me, it's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean like everyone go out and comment that, because I am painfully aware that those types of comments are very hurtful for a lot of people. So I think about that now. But even for me personally, no, that doesn't.
Yesterday or a few days ago, I posted a picture of me on set with Ryan and Parma. Mm-hmm. And it was a picture right before quarantine. And I looked like my arms looked good. And so people were commenting like, oh my God, arms, like, or, oh, you're jacked. And all I could think about was like, yeah, like my arms don't look like that anymore. Yeah. Or just like, it's weird because when I read those comments, I felt bad about myself. And like I worked out that day that was supposed to be my off day. And I just made myself do like a 15-minute thing because I felt bad. Mm-hmm. And it's just so weird how it's sometimes even, not to say people shouldn't comment positive things, but it's just like anytime anyone comments about anything on my body, it just makes me hyper aware of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And like maintaining it, if anything.
Well, and you're a good example too, because you have had such a long journey with your body, like going from when you were younger and having like negative feelings about yourself and kind of transforming into like what you are now. And you obviously like have changed your body a lot, and so I feel like you're a good example of someone who like you have an ideal body that most people now like want to strive for, but like you still have
it doesn't feel like that.
Like you still have these negative feelings, and some people don't have that. Like some people, you know, have changed their bodies, or like, you know, they had kids and they gained weight. A male gained weight with their female partner during the pregnancy, and their body changed, and then they went through a transformation and like lost weight and got jacked or whatever. Like there's some people who that can happen to, and they will never have like a negative feeling about themselves, even though they could have, you know, been what we call overweight. Like, you know, like they could have been that body type that most people are trying to get away from, and they have no negative feelings. So it's just like, it's just best not to comment unless the person you're talking to asks you or wants to have that conversation about it.
There's also some things like that I notice is that like whenever like I'll look back at videos and like I'll know that day, like literally the thing with my body that I've realized is that I literally wake up and sometimes my body is just different. Sometimes I literally just wake up and today is the day, and sometimes I wake up and I'm like, today is not the day. And I remember the first time I heard that like being a thing was when Rihanna was talking about it. She was like, sometimes I wake up and I dress myself for what my body looks like that day because it changes every single day. And so like whenever like I see a comment, and it even comes down to like the things that I wear will be more flattering on me than not or whatever. Like I'll try on a new top, and like literally if I like wear new, so I get so scared to wear new things in videos because like one like new pair of pants and I get like, oh my God, are you pregnant? Like, but then like the next video literally shot like the same day or like the next week. Yeah. Like, and they're like, oh my God, like love your abs. Like, just like, it's like, what is the, and like, I can't, and I used to get like so wrapped up in that. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm just wearing a different pair of pants.
That's so true. Like, the first videos.
Or even like the camera angle is different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The lighting is different. Like,
when it's above and looking down, we don't look good. We look like short and wide.
That.
Like the rooftop shoots. We all look good.
Well, yeah, I had a new outfit on. The lighting, although pretty behind us, not for the front of us.
Right.
And the angle was all not working for me.
And then all you see are comments like, oh my God, Haley got snatched. Like, oh my God, like, oh my God, Haley's like in the same, like, it could be in the same video.
Which is hard in that sense too, because obviously we have to schedule things. So it's not like if I'm not feeling myself that day, I can be like, oh, we can't do the shoot today because I'm bloated and...
Oh yeah, honey, we have a shoot later today and I'm not feeling good.
Oh my gosh. We have a sweat session and a shoot.
Well, I think last time we were here, like, we were having a heart-to-heart, and I was talking about how, if you guys remember the shoot we did at Joshua Tree where we had the smoke bombs and stuff like that.
What a good shoot, though, honestly.
Well, I didn't have a great day that day.
But the photos are fire. The photos are fire.
This is what I'm getting to. I literally cried that day because I tried to wear, like, a new outfit, and I didn't think that I looked good. And I literally had a breakdown in the middle of the shoot. And I thought that I was like so humongous. And then I look back after I can go back and look at how my mental health was at the end of last year and how I feel about my body now. And I look back at those pictures and I know how bad of a day I had. And I'm like, wait, I look good.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, the one outfit that I tried wasn't really it in terms of just like the proportions were probably not flattering. And that's probably why I felt that way. But I look at other pictures and I'm like, I want to look like that.
Like, again, who's that bitch?
Which isn't necessarily great to think, but I'm like, oh, like I know how bad I felt about myself. And now I look back.
It's like never as bad as you think it is.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's such an interesting
thing. It really
perspective.
Is. Yeah. Comparing yourself to yourself. Is insane.
Yeah. I think it's also fitness influencers. And as body positive fitness influencers, we have a pressure to love our bodies all of the time. And I think we talked about this before, but it's like when people expect you again to wear a bikini or something, and you're like, that's just I don't feel comfortable doing that. And that doesn't mean I'm not body positive or don't believe what I'm preaching, but like we're also human beings, and you're allowed to be unhappy. You don't have to pretend to love everything about yourself all the time.
And also, not wearing a bikini doesn't make you unhappy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like skinny girls all the time wear one pieces.
Yeah.
So like,
but it's not thought about, they're hiding their body. It's
just
they're being fashionable.
They're just being cute, conservative,
but if
modest.
a bigger person does, it's like, oh, they're obviously ashamed. You don't feel like you can wear a bikini.
Shame.
Oh.
Yeah.
God. Well, do you have any recommendations this week for movies or music?
We're just going straight into that, huh?
Well, I was looking at the time.
Just looking at the time.
Do you guys like longer podcasts? Or
I don't like editing long podcasts.
I'll edit it.
Well, we can talk about this one thing. So, last night, was it? Or 2 days ago, Taylor Swift dropped an album?
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know how we haven't talked about this yet. Okay, that's the recommendation for everyone. You haven't even listened to it yet, but that's your recommendation. And that's your recommendation, and it's my recommendation. It's such a good album.
Where do you think it lands?
Ooh.
Fuck. It's just, the thing about Taylor Swift is that all of her albums are so different. It's hard to compare. It really is. But I feel like this is her most, like, her album. Like, the most her album. Like, this is her vibe. Yeah. I think that she's just now gotten to a place where she knows that she can release something like that and it be well received.
Yeah.
Because it's really tied to her original roots. And she didn't feel pressured to be super poppy since she went pop.
Right.
Wait, is it country or is it indie?
It's like
Taylor.
It's definitely like more indie stuff. It's very Taylor. It still has some of those like
very acoustic.
sonic like It's very acoustic, but you still have those like deep synth sounds in some of the songs. So like it still has like kind of like an 80s vibe type of like
an 80s indie.
Like indie like
I don't even know.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful, and like her storytelling is just unmatched, and she knows that she can literally like sing a song to like a one chord the entire time, and I'd be listening because the entire like she's telling a story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And I love this album so much because it is every single song is a new story.
Right, because I saw her Instagram post and I didn't realize that it's called Folklore because she wrote a lot of the songs from the perspective of different people who either she hadn't met or people she wish she hadn't met, or people she has met, or just fictional people. And she said the lines of reality are so blurred.
Yeah, because even some things are like from her perspective. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think it's so interesting that the lines between like reality and like fiction are so blurred, because people who like don't really understand what the premise of the album is are literally going to be like, oh my god, her relationships is on the rocks, right. Like they don't understand that like when you're a good storyteller, just like if you're like a writer for a movie, like that's not like you're not writing about your life, like you're creating a story, and like that's what she's doing. You don't have to only write songs about yourself.
God.
And you can still write songs that are not about you at all and be so good at it that you've never gone through it, but like you make me feel like you've gone through it, and you make me feel like I'm going through it right now.
Haley texted me and she said, I'm ugly crying right now.
I was like sobbing. I was like, what the oh my god.
I'm excited to listen to it.
I have gotten through it, but I haven't listened closely enough because you have to listen to the words.
Oh my god, I watched the lyric videos.
Oh, I should do that.
That's what I needed to do that.
I should do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that. Yesterday, Cameron walked into the room and I had a yoga mat laid out and I was laying just face up on the yoga mat, eyes closed, listening to his words.
I can.
I look like Lilo, like in that scene from Lilo and Stitch.
I love the vibe. I love her like indie folky vibe. I've always loved that about her. I love that she can write songs that start on the piano or the guitar, and it can go into this like full on like arena pop, shit, and then go back to this guitar and it sounds just as good.
She's an artist.
It's so good.
She's one of the last real era artists. Everything is so calculated and planned.
And I'm so happy that people are finally like getting on board with the fact that people have painted her out to be this like evil, like snake type person, just to realize like, no, like not at all. She's just talented and people hate her for it.
Oh, yeah.
I have a recommendation.
That was your recommendation.
Well, it's a recommendation for me to listen to it.
No.
Can I still say the one that I had?
You can carefully.
It's not bad. I found a podcast that I like called The Dance Room.
Oh, I've heard about this.
By
Is this
Heather
Kyle?
Morris. Mm-hmm. Well, Heather Morris from Glee, who played Brittany in Glee, and then another dancer who I looked into. I didn't know her personally. I think her name's Ava. Don't quote me. Go look it up. But they talk about like the dance industry, which I think is really interesting because I don't feel like a lot of people
have like an insight to that.
Yeah, like they have an insider's view, and so they interviewed Kyle Hanagami, and I watched the one of Megan Batoon. Those are the two. So
I love Megan Batoon.
I know.
I love Kyle.
Yeah.
Remember that one time I danced with him at
Yes.
Where were we?
Insert that Snapchat. We were at the Studio 71 after party.
Oh my god! And he took me, and he just took me and whisked me away, and I was just like, "I love you so much. Like, never let me go."
No, it was so cute. But yeah, they interview like choreographers and dancers, and they talk about the dance industry and their experiences with good and bad with directors or on jobs that they've done, and how they grew their businesses and grew themselves as dancers, which I think it's interesting if you're interested in the dance industry and maybe like a different side because we obviously are a completely different side than commercial dance.
Right.
So even for me, it's
like a new perspective.
Yeah, because I mean, I grew up going to dance conventions and had dreams of, dancing out here.
Right.
Which...
No
is
thanks.
Another story all on its own. But, But yeah, I think it's a cool perspective on that if you're interested in just like dance in general versus like
fitness.
Heather was just on Drew and Linda's podcast.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I feel so bad for her because she was really, really close to Naya Rivera, and she's really going through it right now.
That would be crazy.
I can't
even imagine.
Yeah.
That entire
cast.
So unfortunate. Mm-hmm. That story is crazy.
For me, my recommendation.
You already said that your recommendation was Folklore.
It's not.
You guys are literally gonna turn your back on T Swift like that.
I'm gonna turn my back. I'm gonna do a 180.
What?
Are you gonna talk about?
I don't know if you guys have seen this. Oh. There's a show called Handmaid's Tale.
It's new, and
I want to recommend this because I think it's really good. It's got a lot of parallels.
Cut to every single time Caleb has talked shit about this show because they were in red capes and he thought they were churning butter. Like, literally.
Little did I know they were churning out babies.
Allison and I have tried this for a year.
I was excited to
Well, let me explain the show to you.
But you also don't know your, like, centuries because he also thinks that they look like they are living in the 1800s and they're actually look like they're living in the 1600s.
Anything before 1970, I can't place.
Oh my God.
I can't place it. Anyway, Handmaid's Tale is a great show. Although, I will say it's very hard to watch. I asked Allison, I said, am I going to find joy at any point in time?
But you'll be like, yes.
It makes me like angry, like, I'm going to go fuck some shit up.
Just like seeing her swallow her anger. There's so many scenes like
she's like,
she's just staring.
Most of her job is staring into the camera and swallowing her anger. Yeah. And it just like makes me feel the same way. And I just want to go. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah. You're never gonna be. Well, there you might be. You know like what? Have a moment,
and it's like taken away from you immediately.
It's taken away, but you're gonna be like.
Then like, what's the
empowered?
Like
why must you find joy in everything? Not everything about this world is good.
Well, I know that your TV consumption is just chronic trauma and sadness and docuseries about how awful the world is, but I like to be uplifted sometimes. So that's my TV
uplifting
time.
Like media is watching Philip DeFranco.
I mean, it's not uplifting, but
no. That's why I watch just people trying out Starbucks drinks sometimes.
No, I watch Remy's vlogs. Bring me happiness.
You watch Remy's vlogs, and then you watch Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, dead ass. Dead ass.
Oh. Well.
Wait, our intentions.
Oh.
Allison?
I don't. What is, like, I don't
What is an intention? What is your intent for the week? What do you intend to do?
Because I just got in last night, and I am still tired.
Don't say sleep. Don't say your intention is to sleep.
It might be for tonight alone, but my intention is to take this week. We have some fun things happening, and I want to manifest as much positivity as I can for myself and like confidence wise so that I can like have a good time in the fun things that we're doing. So I think that is mine.
You know what? I would have to agree because that was kind of going to be my intention as well. Like, just like have like fun.
Yeah.
Just like don't be so like worried about the way you look or the way that like, I don't know, just like have a good time, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
I think that's my intention for the week too.
You
because I think that
1, 2, 3, go team.
I think when Allison comes, it's really stressful because we do everything in 1 week.
Yeah.
That we should have been doing all month.
Right.
And so it's a lot mentally. So I think us all just having fun and not stressing about ourselves or what we're doing.
Yeah. We're very lucky to just be here and be able to work. Not a lot of people are able to work. We're able to like bring happiness to other people, which is cool. And if we can be happy while bringing happiness to other people, it's like what a blessed thing we're able to do.
Yeah. I will say a little PSA, sorry.
Yeah.
Because not everyone knows, and I want to make sure that people do know this. With me being out here, I got tested before I came out here.
Oh, she's doing a disclaimer.
Yeah, it's a disclaimer because it's like I went on a whole on Twitter today of like tag your favorite influencer that isn't following social distancing, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But like
those people who are actually going to like Hollywood parties.
Yeah.
right now.
So, like, for everyone to know, like, I got tested before I came out here. We're obviously not doing anything outside of this apartment or, like, an open field.
Yeah.
And we will be social distancing with anyone else. And when I go home, I'm going to self-quarantine and get tested before I see anyone outside of the bubble of this and myself. So I want that just to be a disclaimer.
Yeah, we and Caleb and I don't do anything.
Nope. Yeah. And on the shoots this week that we'll be having, everyone will be in masks. The crew will. Mm-hmm. So.
Is there a crew?
Yeah, for.
I didn't know that.
Hair and makeup, and then photographer.
We're getting hair and makeup?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Olya's doing it.
Who?
Olya from.
What? I had no idea any of this was happening. Not one.
I don't know that person, but I knew that it was happening.
She did
She's great.
our K-pop shoot.
Mm-hmm. We're doing a really exciting photo shoot this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make that a disclaimer so that no one thought that we were being as safe as we possibly can be.
Right.
Praise be.
May the Lord open.
Blessed be the fruit.
Under his eye. Coffee with my ex and my ex's ex.